Sports
Welcome
You.
Sports You here?
Yes, sir.
Sports You.
Yes,
is here.
sir.
Yes, sir. This is the Larry Bird episode number 33.
Touchy tree.
33. My guy that I do want to pick because we always like to start it off, get a little bit warmed up here. Want to start it off by picking number 33, Larry Bird. He is a Hall of Famer, of course, 12-time All-Star, 3-time NBA champ, 10-time All-NBA, 2 times Finals MVP, 3-time MVP as well. That's pretty good for a white boy. Pretty good for a white boy, brother.
Hey, I said by Robbie, not by Gifton.
Yeah, no, episode 33 though, so we got to pick that. Gifton, who do you got for your player, brother?
Scottie Pimpin, 6-time
Pimpin.
NBA champion, 2-time NBA All-Star, All-Star MVP, and All-NBA second team.
The ultimate sidekick.
Hall of Famer.
Future
the
son.
ultimate sidekick. Future son. Shout out Larson. Now let's get into the show.
Poor Larza.
Ah,
Let's get into the show, baby. Now we have the NFL, right? We're gonna always start it off.
you
with
know
the
it.
NFL. That's how we do
We got the NFC versus AFC reactions
It's
little
like
bit.
the best part of the season right now, postseason.
Yeah,
Now, of course,
definitely.
Super Bowl in about 2 weeks here. So we have the AFC Championship as well, the NFC Championship game that just take place, right, Gifton?
Yes, sir.
Man, that first game was good. That first game was good, but then the Chiefs kind of just
Tom
You've
Brady.
been on it the whole time. Whatever.
Tom Brady.
He ain't MVP.
Tom
though.
Brady.
He beat the MVP.
Tom
Aaron
Brady.
Rodgers, brother. All right then.
Tom Brady.
So you want to talk about the NFC Championship game?
Tom Brady.
Bucks versus the Packers. How do you? Okay, give me your reaction on that, baby. I know it's Tom Brady. You said that many times now, but what's your honest reaction about it? How did the game go for you?
Oh, that defense is phenomenal. That red zone defense, the line, the fact that they were able to hold Green Bay to the fact that they were able to waste Green Bay's possessions like that, and they were only going for a field goal, they had to punt it. That defense
Pussies.
was
Bro, come on. This is the AFC Championship game. What are you doing? Go ahead.
Yeah,
I mean the NFC. Excuse me, NFC.
like I said, the red zone defense was good. Everybody looked good. Even though Tom threw 3 picks, it's still Tom Brady. But like I said, the defense really saved their ass. And I believe if Tampa Bay wants to win the Super Bowl, the defense is going to come down to the defense.
Wait. So you've been saying Tom Brady, Tom Brady.
Yeah, it is
All
Tom
you've been
Brady.
fucking talking about is their defense.
Yeah, it's Tom Brady and the defense. Tom Brady and the defense.
So Mike Evans wasn't a big difference. You don't think Chris Godwin was a big difference? You didn't see Leonard Fournette run that to the outside and crush like 3 people on his way to the end zone? You didn't think that was part of it either?
Tom Brady.
Or how about Kevin King getting smashed throughout the whole time? Everybody knows about Kevin King. I don't really want to
Kevin
mention
King
that
is
part.
fucking toast.
Timeout.
You know it. We
Stop
was
busting
watching,
his
bro.
ass,
You know
got
he
enough.
is.
You already know he got enough. I got enough fucking like criticism throughout the whole entire time. Let me tell you this much though.
Go ahead.
That Bucks line, you're talking about their defense.
Yes,
and
sir.
specifically for me, is that Bucks line was really doing some damage against that offensive line of the Packers, which was so praised very well. Of course, they didn't have their best guy in. I'm blanking on his name right now. Damn. I forget his name right now.
John Plexico. Nah, I'm just
Plexico
kidding.
Burress.
No,
No,
I'm
I'm
just
kidding.
kidding.
No, I forget. Man, what is his name? Honestly, I'll just like figure it out like halfway through the show or something.
Mhm.
Oh, Bakhtari, David Bakhtari. There we go. David Bakhtari.
Okay.
David Bakhtari wasn't there unfortunately, but it definitely showed within the line. Bucks were showing a lot of interior defense to really get into Aaron Rodgers. So it was really cool to see JPP get after him. That's like an old head.
Hey,
doing that
Jason
shit.
Pierre-Paul, at his age, and he's still able to move like that, he was
I love it.
running shit.
I love it. And like for me, when you talk about this game right here, I really think that the Packers had a lot of different ways to win the game. I don't think that it was Aaron Rodgers' fault once again.
No.
That they
No.
lost that game.
That was
that game.
that was scary play calling, dumb decision making, and I mean, Aaron. If I had to give percentage wise, it's probably about 40% Aaron Rodgers, 60% play calling.
So they had a good lead on them, right? And I mean, the Bucks did have on. They had a good
the
lead
Bucks
on
were
the
up the whole
Packers.
game. The Bucks were up the whole game.
So the way that they got those points, let's say it was that fumble again from Aaron Jones, and then you also have that blown coverage by Kevin King where Scotty Miller got that big-ass reception.
Toast.
Throwing deep from Tom Brady. But overall, man, it's just insane that Tom Brady, again, defeats Aaron Rodgers, makes his 10th Super Bowl appearance.
His 10th. I don't want to hear shit about John Elway. I don't want to hear shit about Joe Montana, Brett Favre, Luis Scola. I know he's a basketball player, but I'm just going off. I don't want to hear nothing.
Why him?
Tom Brady is the football Jesus. Tom Brady is football Jesus.
Yeah, the Packers definitely. Everybody's calling it a choke job. Honestly, I think it's more of a play calling choke job. I don't think it was more of an Aaron Rodgers type of thing.
No, that wasn't Aaron Rodgers, but I mean, I think you were right. Like, Aaron Rodgers is on his way out now.
So we said this a long time ago, and I definitely just want to kind of pass by it real quick because there's so much to say about other stuff right now.
Right.
But when it comes to that, apparently Aaron Rodgers, just on the Pat McAfee show, shout out to Pat McAfee show, that's a great show.
Yeah, Pat McAfee's dope.
Dude, he's fucking amazing.
I like his interviews.
He's awesome. He's funny as fuck. Aaron Rodgers basically said that he doesn't plan on leaving the Packers. Mm-hmm. So like it seems like they're gonna run it back another year.
I heard that, but then I heard that like he said one thing, a day goes by, and then he changed it.
Fuck all that.
Oh,
this is coming from Aaron Rodgers' mouth, bro.
Okay.
So he said himself, unless the organization has plans, which he might just make it that way. Like internally, it might be him being like, let me get out of here. But he's trying to make it like the Packers, if they, separate from each other. For myself, I don't think they're gonna separate. Unfortunately, I think that Aaron Rodgers should definitely leave. But when it comes down to it, bro, like, he doesn't sound like he wants to leave. He made 2 NFC Championship games in a row. Hasn't gotten over the hump. What more can you do? But if a team...
You can leave.
Think about it this way, Gifton. If they had another wide receiver to help out, instead of just having Devontae Adams and fucking force-feeding Devontae Adams the ball, do you think that they probably scored something in the red zone right there? If they spent that first-round pick instead of on Jordan Love on a Justin Jefferson, perhaps?
No.
Justin Jefferson was gone by then, but... So you don't think that would have helped?
No.
The play calling was that bad?
Yes.
It's pretty fucking bad, honestly.
Bro, on 3rd and 1 and you have an opportunity to run it in and you just throw it? Come on, bro.
It was like 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4. But I'm just saying you were 5 yards from the touchdown line, bro. Come on. Like just run that bitch in. What are you doing?
Well, Tom Brady defeating Aaron Rodgers.
Tom Brady.
Definitely another stamp on his legacy. It's pretty insane that he's making his 10th Super Bowl appearance, has 6 rings already in his bag. Pat Mahomes is going to be definitely a crazy competition and a good Super Bowl to watch. Speaking of Pat Mahomes,
how'd you feel about that game?
I've been on the Josh Allen train throughout the whole entire season, and I didn't expect him to go this far. This is really, really nice to see. In the beginning of the season, I was just mentioning how he was just as good of a runner as Cam Newton at this point.
Yes.
He has a way better arm, of course.
Yes.
He got super accurate, especially when you have a guy in Stephon Diggs, Gifton's choice in who's the best receiver in the league right now.
The best.
So you can imagine how much of a difference Stephon Diggs did. Cole Beasley playing with a broken bone as well.
That was wild.
Have no fucking running game on this team as well, right?
None at all.
All right. So I'm really happy that Josh Allen got to this point. I think it is a great learning experience. He was just definitely outclassed, out-talented. Not necessarily it was his fault that they lost. The receivers and that defensive scheme, they just couldn't get open. They were saying it throughout the whole entire time.
I mean, my bad, go ahead.
No, I just want to finish it off with this, is that I've been saying that this defense is pretty much ass. It got a little hot at the end. But they couldn't get any pass rush. They didn't really stop the run at all either. Like, even Ronald Jones, the guy who's injured, was able to get a couple runs in there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So overall, for Josh Allen and the Bills, like, there's nowhere. Like, I'm not saying there's nowhere to go but up, but I'm saying like potential wise, like, I don't see them like having a cap hit or anything like that to hold them back. They should be a little bit better next year, and hopefully they tighten up that defense like it was in the year prior.
Yeah. For me, Josh Allen definitely just let the spotlight get to him because you can honestly see him out there, and it looked like he was looking at Ghost.
He had to force feed that shit, but okay.
He had to throw that bitch
he had
up a couple times.
Accurate, because they were right on him. They were on their hip.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I mean,
don't mean to interrupt. My fault.
And when you're all good. When you see Tyrann Mathieu just running in from the sides, just applying all types of pressure, of course, Josh Allen is gonna fold to that. You know what I'm saying? It's his first time in the AFC Championship game. He made great strides, better than Lamar. Yeah, he got Lamar this year for sure.
Okay,
for sure.
It's definitely something that they're like hand in hand.
They're neck and neck. They're neck and neck, but Josh Allen won this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm just being real.
I think that's a great
I'm just being real.
You know, he's an MVP last year.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen was an MVP candidate this year, low key, but hey, it ended up doing pretty well.
He'd have been a dark horse, but yeah, Josh
what do you have
Allen.
To say about those Chiefs though, and the way that they handle their business.
If they keep playing defense like how they was playing on Buffalo, and it was just a straight man coverage,
insane.
Oh my God! And they're so disciplined, and they have their shit down to a T, and they cross their eyes. It's ridiculous.
You mentioned discipline. I don't remember like any really big flags coming from Buffalo. I mean, coming from the Bucks. You know what I mean? Like
Kansas City.
Oh, excuse me, Kansas City.
Yeah, good.
I don't remember it happening like on the defensive side where it ruins them, or even on the offensive side. Really, like they're a really polished team all the way around.
Yeah,
that defense definitely was showing up a lot more than especially the secondary. They didn't really get too much pressure on them unless they had Tyrann Mathieu come out of the corner, but that's just Tyrann, you know what I mean? And maybe that's not really their scheme. But ultimately, man, that was just a great game overall when it comes to what could have the Chiefs done better.
Not a
you know what I'm saying?
Thing.
Like,
they're good. They're a cheat code. They're good.
Travis Kelce went off.
Travis Kelce did his job. Pat Mahomes didn't look like a sick little boy on the sidelines. The defense did their job. What else could you want?
So much for concussion protocol, right?
Man,
he didn't need that shit, right?
Cool.
I remember, bro. I think they fucking got him in his artery right here. Took all the oxygen out of his head. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty tough. But okay. Real quick though, I know that we're gonna have another show before it happens. But looking at this matchup right here between Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, brother, just by the look of it and the way that they performed in the last game, who do you got so far? I know we're going to talk about it deeper, but I just want to know who you got just based off of right now, without looking at film, without doing your research.
Thomas Jefferson Brady.
Well, fuck you. All right.
Bro, hold on.
Really?
Hold on.
3 picks.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're so confident.
Ravi.
You're so confident.
Every time, and my cousin could admit to this, bro. Every time I bet against Tom Brady, I lose.
Shit. Well, then bet against him again so that you can actually win.
Nah, I'm taking it. Nah, technically my ass. Tom Brady.
I ain't betting against it.
Tom Brady.
Let's get on to the next one, brother.
So I'm guessing you're taking Pat.
I'm taking Pat. I had him for MVP this year. You had Tom Brady. Hey, bro, you had Tom Brady for MVP. I had Pat Mahomes for MVP.
They're here.
That's the ultimate goal.
They're here.
Super Bowl.
They're here.
You're motherfucker those 3 picks though. Anyway, let's get on to the next one. Still football here, but we definitely got a really cool thing. Matthew Stafford definitely wanted to part ways with the Lions, who fucking wouldn't.
Man,
that organization, that team is trash.
Who cares about Matt Stafford?
They had a good defense like 1 year, and that was under a different coach, and he was actually better than we actually thought, which kind of sucks. He's not going to get and he's also a black coach too. I forget his name. I think he's like Bob something.
Saget.
Bob Saget. Better looking coach. All right, no homo. Okay, so let's get into this one though. Matthew Stafford, right? I want to just give you like a summary of what's going on, of what I actually mean.
Talk to me.
So with them mutually agreeing between each other, which I feel like it's just Stafford. It's just a better way of saying Stafford wants out. So they both want to go ahead and part ways after like 12 years with the team there. So this guy is pretty crazy when it comes to just looking at him on paper. Now he's breaking a lot of records at his young age. He's gotten a lot more injuries lately, so those records, and his stats don't really match up the same way that usually does for other people. Mm-hmm. But anyway, trades like this like hardly ever happen. He's a first overall pick. He's a franchise quarterback, and again, he does have a great talent overall. Where if you give him the right weapons, a.k.a. Calvin Johnson. Anybody's going to be good with Calvin Johnson. But what I'm
Right.
saying is that, like, you know, he made Marvin Jones look great. I'm not saying Marvin Jones is anything less, but Marvin Jones was great. He had Golden Tate for a little bit. That was really good.
Golden Tate.
But let's just look at a couple of different situations here where it's a guy who is a franchise quarterback of your team, and then he got traded, right?
Right.
So when Tom Brady first came in, Drew Bledsoe was sent out for a 14th overall pick and was with the Bills for 3 seasons. Now, we all know how that ended up for the Bills, though. The Bills really haven't done shit until Josh Allen just recently. You feel me? So that one, it kind of went just, Patriots couldn't really lose right there, and they also got a pick, especially when it comes like Tom Brady, then you know what happens with them. Okay. Now, another thing that happened for a team that got rid of like a franchise quarterback later in the years or when it was just time to move on was Brett Favre. The Packers sent Brett Favre over to the Jets for a conditional draft pick. The Jets were required to make the playoffs for the pick to become a first-round choice, but New York actually fell short, not making the playoffs, so that actually turned into a third-round pick. So that didn't really work out for either side. They didn't make the playoffs, and they also got a third-round pick. Third-round pick isn't too bad.
That's terrible. Oh, my God.
Well, when they traded for him, Favre threw for 4,100 yards, 28 touchdowns in his final season before he was shipped. Now, then we also have Denver Broncos. They sent Jay Cutler and a 5th-round pick to the Bears for 2 first-rounders and a 3rd. So that's a pretty good package. The only thing about Jay Cutler that's a little bit different from Matthew Stafford, though, is Stafford is a little bit further into his age. He's about 32. Jay Cutler is actually 26, coming off of a big season in 2008. 4,500 yards, had a Pro Bowl selection as well. So
interesting.
With that being said, I just kind of want to ask you here, Gifton, who do you see Matthew Stafford going to and getting the best package, especially for a rebuilding Lions team? What are you thinking? I mean, we have a couple teams that I kind of read about. It was San Francisco, the 49ers, Indianapolis Colts, the Denver Broncos. We were just talking about them. How
Are the
they
Patriots
traded.
on there?
What's up?
The Patriots on there?
The Patriots right here are not on there.
I honestly feel like Bill Belichick will pull something out from his sleeve and try and get Matt Stafford. Because I've been saying that for a minute now. So shout out to Mike on the mic. I got that from him, by the way.
So if it is that type of way, you're talking about Bill Belichick as a GM, he's a little swifty with his deals. He can
make it work. He can make it work.
So what kind of picks do you think that you would want in return if you're the Lions?
I mean, see, that's the thing. So if I'm the Lions, because he was my franchise quarterback, I guess a couple of first.
A couple of first? Maybe hopefully 2 first-round picks. Now, it's already been out there. He wants out, so it's not really a high price anymore, especially when – let's even talk about this other one here. The Bengals sent Carson Palmer. I know we talked about it beforehand when he was disgruntled. Oh. And he was just get me the fuck out of here, or I'm not playing, and he sat out, and they were like, let's get him the fuck out of here. Right. They got him for a 1st and 2nd round pick. So
damn,
maybe 2 first-rounders for a Stafford that I feel like is kind of not necessarily exposed, but it's not necessarily I'm gonna go out there and be Matthew Stafford. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm a Super Bowl
I don't know,
contender.
maybe a 1st and a 2nd, because 2 first. Because bro, let's be real. Matt Stafford ain't did nothing major at all.
I don't see Matthew Stafford really raising other people's. Okay. If he goes to New England, you say New England, right?
Yeah.
If he goes to New England, guess what? That's almost Lions 2.0.
Yep.
They have probably even less on the offensive side because they don't really have any talent. Whereas the Lions, they had at least a little bit of talent on their.
Yeah, and look at it just get wasted because of.
Dude, it's terrible. For me, I'm a really, really big fan of him going to Indianapolis Colts. I think that they're literally bro. Phillip Rivers is god awful. I fucking hate.
Oh God!
So I'm so happy that he's gone.
Oh my goodness!
Get him the
god awful,
dude. He's terrible. And who fucking cusses like that, bro? You're so annoying. I would be annoyed if I was his teammate. I had to hear Dag Nabbit, and he's cursing everybody out.
That's cool, bro. You don't see. You know what it is. You just don't like that Southern hospitality.
I'm not dealing with that shit. It sounds annoying. I'd slap the shit out of him. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't slap the shit out of him. He'd probably beat the fuck out of me with the 7 kids. They all just ganged up on me, started beating the shit out of me.
Becky, Mona, Melissa.
I think another good one is the Broncos too. The Broncos, they had a pretty kind of shitty defense last year, but with Von Miller.
Whoa. So they're gonna move on from Drew Lock?
Well, Drew Lock didn't really show anything that was great this year.
But Broncos love Drew Lock though.
Well, so we kind of bleed into this in the next segment here, but like basically Denver has a really good like core of potential when it comes to their offense. So they have a up and coming offensive line. We'll get into that later. They also have Cortland Sutton as well, with Noah Fant being a tight end. They have a committee of running backs as well. So if Matthew Stafford can go over there, and they already have a history of just having good defenses, even though it kind of fell off last year with Von Miller out, you still have all that potential when it comes down to the Denver Broncos. It's also a really good organization. And remember the last time they traded for a quarterback and they had a team that was up and coming? They won a Super Bowl, and it was with Peyton Manning.
Cam Newton threw that game, but okay.
So you think, like, fuck Cam Newton for that shit, too.
Hey, whoa. No, hey, yo. You ain't gonna disrespect my guy on this platform.
Game.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you gotta say shit. Fuck him.
I didn't
asshole.
Fuck him because what he did, bro. He didn't die for the ball. It's a fucking Super Bowl.
Doesn't mean you gotta disrespect him, Robbie.
I didn't disrespect his ass, bro. He did himself. But anyway, the Broncos, I think, is a good one too. The Colts, though, I think is definitely the best choice. That defense is basically like number one in the league if they can stay on the field offensively, so that defense isn't that tired as they were. And hey, like Indianapolis, they have a pretty good organization as a whole too. They know what they want to do. Usually, you don't really hear anything bad out in Indianapolis. And everything from Denver is we can't find a fucking quarterback. Everything else is good, but we just can't find a fucking quarterback. So give him Matthew Stafford.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
I still got Matt going to the Patriots, but okay. I mean, Denver, that's a
he
good.
He ain't do shit on the Patriots, man. I'm telling you.
You know why he's going? You know why he's going to go? You know why he's going to go there though? You know why? Because Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick don't want his ass, bro.
I'm
telling you, just restart.
Because the Belichick wants him. Because the Belichick, the check please wants him.
I bet you Stidham is better than his.
Jason Stidham.
No, is it Jason?
Is it? Oh, no, because I was thinking Jason Statham.
Jared
Statham.
All right, let's get on to the next topic here, Gittin. What do you know what it is, brother?
Let's see. What is it? Which last place NFL teams are best positioned to make the playoffs in 21?
So this is what it is right now. This is the topics that we have to pick because, of course, you know, you have the championship games kind of get it done and over with. But, hey, these first from last to at least making the playoffs, man. So we have a couple different of teams right here. We had the Jets, the 49ers, the Jaguars, and, of course, like I was mentioning beforehand, the Broncos. So I'll just continue with the Broncos real quick. They have a young starting offense, roughly half of which is made up of rookie or second-year players, made sizable improvements over the final month of the season, so they're definitely on the up and up. The offensive line anchored by all-pro left tackle Garrett Bowles and the rookie Lloyd Cushenberry, possibly the best line since their Super Bowl run, like I was mentioning beforehand. Cortland Sutton coming back as well, possibly getting Stafford. Now,
look at the
division.
You got old ass Matt Stafford trying to lead a bunch of young. It's old as fuck as a quarterback. Now I take that back. And Tom Brady's fucking 43. Yeah, what am I talking about? But you got Matt Stafford, somebody who really hasn't accomplished anything major, leading a bunch of young bucks in Denver.
Yes. Not he doesn't necessarily have to be the leader. They already have established leaders there. But, of course, he's a quarterback. What are you talking about?
Who?
What do you mean? Von Miller?
Von Miller ain't been healthy for a minute, bro. Von Miller ain't been healthy for a minute.
It was literally 1 year. He made all the starts before that. You're fucking ridiculous, bro. Stop. Don't take 1 year and say, he's not healthy. You fucking kidding me? It was 1 year. All right, let's not just focus on that here, right?
Okay.
What out of all these teams here that have the best chances, in my opinion, of making it to the playoffs after being last in their division? Who do you got?
I would probably have to go with the 49ers realistically because like the Jets ain't finna do shit. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Jets. The Jaguars, I mean, we'll see if Trevor Wallace is that good. I don't know how
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Wallace.
Trevor Wallace.
Trevor, we'll see how good Trevor Lawrence is. I mean, I believe he's a great quarterback, but I mean, let's see how great he is.
Why does it gotta be Trevor Lawrence with the first overall pick? That guy Justin Fields looks pretty nice, but let's get off topic. Go ahead. So you picked the 49ers.
Yeah,
Why?
so I picked the 49ers.
I think they're a safe
mainly
bet too, but
mainly
why?
because like they're established. They've been to the Super Bowl. They've been on a playoff run. They know what to do. A lot of injuries hit them this year, especially when Nick Bosa tore his ACL. If I'm correct, right? Richard Sherman's ankle's always hurt, and then Jimmy Garoppolo sprained. I got like a real bad ankle sprain, so that kept them out. But I mean, out of this list of teams, the 49ers have playoff experience. They know what to do. They know how to get it done.
No, I think that you make a great point. Jimmy Garoppolo started 6 games, really healthy for only one. Like you're saying, he had a nagging injury. Nick Bosa, D Ford only played 1 game together. Really, Deebo Samuel,
George Kittle was up
7.
and down.
George Kittle didn't really get to play. Raheem Mostert, they only played in 8 games. George Kittle and Raheem Mostert. And think about it this way: with all those injuries, those 49ers are still 3-3 in their own division.
Right.
Also, they swept the Rams. Yeah, that's my fucking team.
Ah,
Fucking Rams, dude.
Weak
They have our
ass
number. They
Rams.
have our number for some reason. But so you mentioned the 49ers. You were kind of talking a little bit of shit about the Jaguars here. I just want to mention real quick
I don't want to necessarily say that was shit, but like I don't expect Trevor Lawrence to just come in and dog the NFL.
But I don't think it's just Trevor Lawrence, Doc. I definitely think that Urban Meyer is going to have a really big say. He's a great coach, one that's
I know
very
Urban Meyer.
accomplished.
I know Urban Meyer is a god tier coach, but I mean, come on, bro. First season.
Who you gonna like? Who's not gonna listen to this guy? Especially if he brings in people that are like, they're on a rebuild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he can not necessarily have that. You know how you had that transition into the league?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's adults. Nobody wants to listen to somebody who's gonna talk to them like they're their fucking teacher or they're their parent.
Right.
So this guy has to learn how to teach men or coach actual grown ass men that are way bigger than your ass. You know what I'm saying? So they're talking a lot about that. But the Jaguars, if you think about it, the Colts, they have QB questions. The Titans, they just lost their offensive coordinator. They have some roster decisions to make up too because they're kind of hitting the cap, especially with Derrick Henry's contract. You also have the Texans, who are in their division. It's just a fucking mess. Head coach trash. They don't really have one, of course, but like the head coach search is trash. Everybody literally got their favorite head coaches. Maybe it's Eric Bieniemy. Hopefully it is because I would
out
love
of
to
Kansas
see
City,
Deshaun
right?
Watson. Yeah, I would love to see Deshaun Watson stay there and hopefully
get out,
it.
bro. Get out.
I want him to leave because I know that it's going to be better somewhere else if he can, and I also like that because I like to see greatness. But like, I also like to see stories and stuff too. So hopefully he can stay there with Eric Bieniemy and bring that Texans back like to its namesake. You know what I'm talking about? But overall, like Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, maybe he even trades that number 1 pick for Deshaun Watson. Now it's in his own division.
Whoa.
It's the number 1 overall pick.
Whoa.
I got to restart.
Whoa.
Dude, here's the thing.
Okay. When you got to restart, that's a good way to put it, yeah.
You switch out Deshaun Watson, right? And you trade for him. You draft Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
Like, what are the chances of him being better than Deshaun Watson? Like, I know he's a great-ass prospect coming out, but this guy, Deshaun Watson, has already performed on a shitty-ass team and still had a great year, statistic-wise. So, fuck taking chances on Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields if you want to go that way.
Okay.
I'm gonna say with Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean? Let me go trade for him. But I don't know if they're gonna do that in the same division. I don't know if it's gonna happen like that. But hey, if for the number 1 overall pick, and if I'm starting as a Texans,
yeah, but that's the problem. I mean,
if I'm starting as the Texans, I got the number 1 overall pick, Doc. Feel me?
I mean, I guess it could work. I don't know.
I
don't know. I mean,
it's Deshaun Watson. He's
I guess
stars.
my thing is because it's like you're gonna get a pick if you trade Deshaun Watson anyway. So I know
Not
I'm
the
gonna get
number 1 overall pick. There's a difference between the number 1 overall pick and the number 5 pick. A big ass difference.
What I'm trying to say is I think I'd rather have, reliable more depth in like the 5th pick than the 1st pick and just the QB, and I got to scramble to get everybody else contract situated. You know what I'm saying?
So okay. Let's make this real quick because we do have a couple other segments to get into when it comes to the NBA. But let's talk about that real quick. I am the Texans.
Okay.
My quarterback doesn't want to be here already.
Okay.
You're telling me I could trade him for a quarterback that's been decorated in this type of way and has been hyped up since he started as a true freshman for Clemson.
Okay.
So this guy doesn't already want to be here. I broke his trust already. Let me just get a fresh new start. That's what I'm trying to do fucking anyway. And what coach does not want to go over to this guy and be like, hey, like, I get Trevor Lawrence? Like, there you go. You know what I mean? Now you get Trevor Lawrence. Like, I understand it is Deshaun Watson. Like, I'm excited about that.
I think you changed my mind, sir.
Here's the thing. If I'm a head coach and I do shit with Deshaun Watson, they just know I'm shit. If I get Trevor Lawrence and I do shit with Trevor Lawrence, hey, he's a brand new quarterback. You know, I'm just learning. He's learning too. We're both learning together. It's a growing situation. But if you get Deshaun Watson and you don't post a winning record, there's some questions on your head already after the first fucking year. So that's what I gotta say. If I'm gonna be head coach, I'm gonna take that job more because Trevor Lawrence is there, just because I feel like I have more excuses and more of a tenure to really establish myself.
Right.
Feel me?
Right.
That's just me though. And me as a Texans fan, if I'm a Texans fan, I want that shit too. Like, Deshaun Watson doesn't want to be there no more. It sucks to say, but
all right. But I think
reason.
You know what time it is.
What time?
The reason why we do the goddamn show in the first place.
Ew. The NB fucking A.
Basketball,
bitches. We're about 22 games into the season, but some teams don't have 22 games because of COVID.
Yep.
Fuck COVID.
Man, COVID is killing shit. Everybody continue to wash your ass and wear your mask, though.
Fuck COVID. But we are going to get into our new segment here, which also starts with the word fuck.
I mean, it's not really a new segment. It's a throwback segment. But
yeah.
Guess what? Guess what time it is, Rafi?
It starts with the word fuck, so.
It's time for fuck one, marry one, and kill one.
Oh, shit.
Worst
I like this game.
Record edition.
I feel like I'm 7 again saying the word fuck.
That was like the time of your life. Huh? That's just pumping.
That was the best, bro.
That was the best.
I was eating a gobstopper. Just fuck.
What is a gobstopper?
The ones that they come in like the Willy Wonka packets, and it's really hard to eat. The everlasting gobstoppers. It's
we had
like,
really different childhoods, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what that is.
You know what a gobstopper is? It's literally like.
You know what a jawbreaker is?
Yeah, it's like the same thing.
Okay.
Tiny.
Okay. But anyway.
What is this fuck one, marry one, kill one about?
So this one is the 3 worst records in the NBA right now. So, Robbie, you know the rules. And for everybody else who doesn't know the rules, let me explain. So you're fucking with a situation, you're married a situation, and you're killing a situation. The situation that you marry is the one that you're sticking with all year and the one that you would want to fix the most.
So I looked at each one of these teams here.
Yep.
That you mentioned, right?
Yep.
So this is the worst record edition. So currently the worst records in the league right now are the Washington Wizards at 3-10.
Yes,
they
sir.
just lost today. We updated that. Word to Gifton. The Minnesota Timberwolves 4-12.
Rockets is 3-0, baby. Just whoop their ass.
Shut the fuck up, bro. I'm tired of you mentioning no damn Rockets, bro. You want them in the worst team?
Because the Heat sucks, so he feels some type of way.
Stop it, bro.
Because they do.
We have injuries. And Bam's showing out.
So Bam's dropping 46 and taking the L.
Get back to it. He dropping 46? And you know who hasn't dropped over 40? Fucking John Wall, you little bitch. You owe me money soon.
Hey, we got a long season to go, bro. Hold on.
Go. Washington Wizards 3-10. Minnesota Timberwolves 4-12. Detroit Pistons 4-13. Me, myself, and I want to fuck with the Washington Wizards. And the reason why I want to do that is because they actually have been scoring a lot of fucking points, but they can't stop a lick. Bro, especially when it comes to Thomas Bryant being out.
When DeMarcus Cousins is going like 3-3 from 3, I don't know what to tell you.
Dude, he did the craziest step back today.
And he cooked Robin Lopez's slow ass.
It was slow as fuck, but
it was. Shout out to Boogie, bro. We're gonna have to get you on the pod soon.
So I will fuck with the Wizards.
Okay.
I'm gonna marry the Pistons. The reason why I want to marry the Pistons.
Whoa.
Yes, sir.
Why?
I'm a big Jeremy Grant fan. I think that he can pretty much do everything on the court just as well. I think that if he was on the Raptors.
No. You got it right.
Shut
the Rockets.
No, fuck the Rockets. If he was on the Raptors, he would literally be like Pascal Siakam.
Nah, they'd have traded Pascal.
Huh?
They'd have traded Pascal.
I'm saying though that I see Jeremy Grant being at a Pascal Siakam level.
No.
How?
He's a little notch better than Pascal Siakam.
You think that Jeremy Grant's a notch better than Pascal?
I mean, he scores a little bit better than Pascal Siakam. Am I wrong?
Because he has a bigger role. Like,
that doesn't
Pascal
mean
has
nothing.
that
means nothing to me, bro.
Well, let me just finish my thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've been talking a lot of shit.
Yeah, the Minnesota
Timberwolves.
we
back.
Yeah,
nah,
Timberwolves.
Bro, you guys got the #1 overall pick
and
still fucking suck.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with that team? You have two good players.
Wait, but granted, Cat has had a hell of a 2.5 years so far.
I don't give a shit. It don't lead
Robbie.
to dubs. Dude, even Anthony Davis on the Pelicans team where they just kept eating ass, like they still got to the playoffs. The only reason they got to the playoffs as a Timberwolves team with Cat is because of Jimmy Butler. And then guess what happened? They took Jimmy Butler off of that team.
They haven't been
and
the
they're
same
fucking ass.
since.
So stop it. Like you know what a difference a player makes. You know what I'm saying? Like Jimmy Butler is a difference maker. Like now when it comes to the Pistons and I'm talking difference makers for Jeremy Grant, like he's not that much of a difference maker, but I just feel like personally that like not only is it Jeremy Grant, but it's also like, you know, you have Blake Griffin, you have Derrick Rose, who's probably going to be traded pretty soon. But
God, I hope he doesn't go back to the Knicks.
I would rather have the Detroit Pistons, especially when they have been losing close games.
Okay, that's fair.
Like it feels like it always comes down to the last second. Like Jeremy Grant was actually trying to almost make it. They called a foul and he was supposed to like at least tie up the game or even go for the lead, and they ended up just calling it off before the game time ends. So for me, I fuck with the Wizards. Fuck, like as in I hate them. The Timberwolves, they just
hate is such a strong word,
so much
brother.
talent for no fucking reason. They're a waste. And then you got the Pistons. I'm gonna go ahead and marry them. I think that they'll have the highest chance of being not even a playoff team.
Yeah,
they'll probably show up eventually. But
okay,
better chance than the Wizards in my opinion.
For my answers, I'm probably gonna marry the Wizards only because I know if I ship Bradley Beal, I can get a lot back in return.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Possibly. Just real quick because, you know, it's a long segment.
Give it another month.
All right.
Give it another month. So I'm probably going to marry the Wizards. Got to kill the Timberwolves because, like you said, man, they're just not cutting it, bro.
What's wrong with them, man?
And then I'm probably fucking with Detroit only because, like, I like Blake Griffin a lot. I like Blake Griffin's game.
I'm a big fan of Blake
Griffin. And it just
too.
sucks to see him like this, and I hope it's just like a mental slump instead of, like, his body's just shutting down.
Well, this man turned into so Steph Curry was more of a like driver, and then after his injury, he became more of a deadly ass shooter.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, after him saying, "Oh, I'm not gonna dunk during the regular season," started to become a playmaker, ball handler, main guy on the offense. And he showed a little bit of it on the Clippers, but this guy's definitely just kind of showing out, taking these threes and step back threes and dribble slow as fuck, and nobody can seem to stop him in that type of way. But no, like. I like your thing too. Like, I mean, at least we both know who's on the bottom here.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Minnesota's ass. But now it's time for another segment. It's time for new segment alert.
Game winner.
This is a segment where we pick from the best players in the that lead the league in fourth quarter and score the points that we would want to have to give us a game winner.
Wow. So I think let me go ahead and read the players this time. So I want you to answer.
Okay.
I'd rather you answer.
Oh.
Because I took the reins on the last one and I was able to talk a lot of bullshit about it.
Go ahead.
Let me let you start.
All right.
So you have Kyrie Irving.
Yes,
who
sir.
Scores 9.1 points in the fourth quarter averages. Kevin Durant, who has 8.6 points in the fourth quarter. James Harden. It's crazy how all these three guys are on one team. Who's going to be that guy that takes over in the fourth quarter? But James Harden with 8.3 points in the fourth quarter, just 0.3 points away from Kevin Durant. And then, of course, you have MVP pretty much leader here in Joel Embiid. I think behind LeBron James. But Joel Embiid put
he's behind Jokic.
Jokic is a good one.
Yeah,
7.4 points in Joel Embiid. So you have Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Joel Embiid. Who are you picking for your game winner?
Okay, all right. And you're probably going to crucify, and the fan, don't crucify me for this. Because I know y'all expect me to say James Harden.
Oh.
Real shit.
He's taking a backseat on this one.
I'm taking Joel Embiid. Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. Only because, okay, so.
God damn.
Damn. You that excited?
I'm I'm torn inside. I'm surprised. Like,
Really?
that was a big surprise for me. Go
Wow.
ahead,
Okay, but main reason why I want to take Joel Embiid. Okay, so let's say it's like 2 seconds on the clock left, right? And you got to lob it inside to Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has a wider range of scoring from the paint to the 3-point line instead of Kyrie, KD, and James Harden. Like James Harden, like if it's fourth quarter and they're down 2, they're just gonna shoot a 3 regardless. You know what I'm saying? But JoJo can get the tip. JoJo can get the post move, and if he's feeling good, he'll get you with a step back 3. I just feel like JoJo has a wider. He has more options when it comes to scoring in certain situations. When it comes to needing a 2 or 3.
Okay, so if I'm because we say game winner, right?
Yeah.
So that we at least have to be either up by 1 or 2 for it to be a game winner, right?
Right.
So if we're up by 1, maybe Joel, because I know that even if he gets fouled in the post, like
He's still a good
gonna
free
hit
throw
the-
shooter.
gonna
Yeah,
hit the
still a
free
good free throw
throws.
shooter.
For me though, I can't, like, bro. If I'm gonna have one player take that last shot from me, it's got to be Kevin Durant.
I mean, that's a respectable answer, young
I
man.
understand.
That's
It's-
a
that's the
respectable
mainstream-
answer, young
Okay,
man.
I'm gonna explain to you why though.
You don't have to. It's KD.
I understand. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I know it's mainstream. I know people kind of feel like, oh, why don't you pick Kyrie? You know, you hit the game winner in the finals and stuff. But that was
a
also
couple
with, like,
years ago.
a minute and a half on the clock, and KD also was dropping fucking threes on LeBron in the end of games and stuff. And it happened 2 years in a row. It was like a mirror shot on that boy. But anyway, so we talking. All of these 4 players, James Harden, of course, chokes. He has a history of choking. Like, that's just his thing. Do I want to put it into a guy that has a history of choking, or do I want to put it into a guy that has a history of making it, especially when it counts the most? Granted, he has everybody to fall back on, but he still made the shot. Now, Kyrie Irving, again.
Everybody to fall back on, and Colin Sexton just destroyed them boys.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Ah,
And then
shout out Colin
it's
Sexton.
kind of funny, too, that, you know, they both had a chance to make the game-winning shot. Like,
And they
here's
both
the thing. Here's
missed.
the thing. They both missed, right?
Yep.
I was more surprised that Kevin Durant missed more than Kyrie.
Same.
So, for me, with that
Well,
being said-
actually, I take that back because KD was hurt for a whole year, so KD didn't play basketball. Kyrie, on the other hand, had games under his belt.
No, I'm gonna tell you again. I watched the highlight. I didn't watch that game, unfortunately. I was working, but KD missing the shot surprised me way more than Kyrie missing that shot.
Damn.
So I was a little upset, but Kevin Durant can shoot over anybody.
Of course.
Has the ball handles as a guard. Everybody already knows it, but this man is just insane. Has a deadly. He's just his literally name is Easy Money Sniper, or
Sniper Gang Kodak.
What-
That's
yeah,
his
Easy Money
fucking
Sniper,
name.
right?
It is Easy Money Sniper.
35 or something like that.
It's just Easy Money Sniper now.
But God, there's this guy can get it any way, anyhow. He can dunk on you.
Whoa.
He can pull up for a mid range once he gets to his spot, and again he can just pull up from 3 with a double crossover. So it's just he's just nasty. So Joel Embiid, I think that's a really good one. I think that's probably like my second pick. Maybe he
It's
gets
just because
ahead of Kyrie.
Like I said, bro, he has a variety of options to score from the baseline all the way out to the 3-point line.
All right, let's get into our last one here.
Which is our new,
bring it back.
my lucky new favorite
Bring
segment.
it
It's
back.
called
Sports you
educated,
support the youth.
Educated.
Educated. Who's our guy this week
This week,
or this episode?
we have a man by the name of Immanuel Quickley, the first round 25th
Ooh.
pick out of Kentucky, who led Kentucky in scoring for the 2020 season, was drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder at first, and then he was traded later to the New York Knicks. And the reason why, he is a 2020 SEC Player of the Year, 2020 First Team All SEC, and a 2018 McDonald All American. And for everybody who doesn't really know like that, like to make an All American game, a McDonald All American game, like you were born to hoop, like you were destined to hoop.
Nasty.
You were destined to hoop.
He's currently averaging 11 points, 1.8 rebounds, and 2.6 assists. Of course, he is a rookie. He had to get those. Even if he plays like 5 minutes in the first game, like it's going to count towards his totals there. But most recently, Gittin, what did he put up?
He had a game, even though they lost against the Portland Trailblazers, he had a game that he scored 31 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, all in 24 minutes.
So I actually watched a little bit of the high. Go ahead.
My bad. Him and Tyrese Maxey are the only 2 rookies this season to drop above 30-point games.
That's the other guy. If you guys do like Educated or Elisa's segment, definitely check out our other video that we have on this where Tyrese Maxey was the main subject. But anyway, getting back to Quickley, because this guy is definitely not a stud yet, but he's definitely a guy to keep your eye on.
I mean, so I had a conversation earlier today with Aaron. Shout out Hefe. Basically, he was saying that he has like a Lou Will role on the Knicks, that he just like come off the bench, score type. He has like those herky-jerky handles, which to me is like street ball handles. I used to have a teammate like that in high school who was like, he was like a cold street ball player.
I don't think he's more of a street ball handler.
I mean, you could just tell the awkward herky-jerky movement shows me like, oh, you played a lot of street ball like that. Mm. So he's a semi-good defender. He's willing to play defense. He's willing to play defense.
He's young and he comes from Kentucky, so of course he's willing to play defense, but he's ass at defense.
He's a good shooter.
You should have seen him get thrown by Rudy Gobert today.
I know it's Rudy Gobert. What do you mean?
I'm just saying though, if you're getting thrown by Rudy Gobert, then it's Rudy.
He's 7'2" against a 6'3" shooting guard. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying it's no duh that like you're gonna get bullied by other people. Let me tell you this much: he literally got picked. Once he got into the game, they were literally going after just Quickley, and it even says by Tom Thibodeau that he likes to Alfred Payton's defense, and that's why he's like starting him over Quickley still, because there's other people to score.
Understandable.
And there's so many ISO players on the Knicks.
All right, but I got another stat for you. So he scored 11 points.
11?
I mean, my bad, y'all. I know y'all see the alcohol.
Fuck his argument.
I know y'all see the ball in the background. He scored 11 points in 17 minutes. So check this out. So Anthony Edwards scored 12.1 points in 24 minutes. James Wiseman scored 11.8 points in 21 minutes. Tyrese Halliburton scored 11.4 points in 28 minutes. And it only took him 17 points. God damn. It only took him 17 minutes to get 11 points.
All right. James Wiseman's better. Halliburton's better.
Oh, my God.
And Maxey. Anthony Edwards is still up in the air. He doesn't take this game serious just yet. And who would take it serious with that shitty-ass team? Let me just say this much about Quickley, because I'm not saying that he's not good at offense. He looks like he has a small bag of tricks so far. He definitely tries to look for it. He sets up the team. He slows the team down. He's not really more of a
Mind you, he's like the only like Knicks playmaker off the bench.
Definitely. I agree with that. But Austin Rivers. He's more of an ISO.
He's a shooter. He just shot.
You're lying right now, right?
Austin Rivers is a shooter, bro. Even in Houston, he wasn't really playmaking like that in Houston. A driving kick to the corner is playmaking.
So you're calling this guy who gets 4 assists a playmaker?
Yes.
Okay.
As opposed to Austin Rivers, 0 assists?
0 assists. He had 0 assists in the last game.
Yes.
We'll check on that.
We'll check on that after this show.
Let me tell you this much, though. He does like to play make. It's more of a lob type of thing, but his floater game goes crazy. He plays at his own pace. He can shoot already as a rook 37% at 4 threes a game. Not just like spot up shooters, more of like a ball handler type thing. Like
I see. Yeah,
but again, he play makes. He does a lot of lobs with the bigs that are there. Definitely have a lot of bigs, especially with all the forwards on that team. But overall,
mainly Mr. Robinson, but yeah.
Let me just give one more quote from Tom Thibodeau. He says, "You want to have everybody play to their strengths, and you also want to cover up people's weaknesses." So his weakness right now is defense. That team, I think that Tom Thibodeau has him in the right situation with what they currently have. Definitely giving R.J. Barrett the time he needs to develop.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's almost time to give up on that guy, because it's rough watching those games and seeing R.J. Barrett play.
Damn, give up on RC, bro.
It's so rough watching it happen. Yeah, but go ahead, get them.
Damn, so you give up on RJ?
I mean, I have him come off the bench. I rather start Quickley and Alfred Payton, and then have RJ come off the bench, because maybe it'll slap some like a lot of fire under his ass.
Okay. That's a good point.
You know what I mean? But do you have anything else to say about Quickley?
Immanuel Quickley, man, hell of a player. You guys definitely keep your eye out for him. I've seen a lot of reports like Jeff Van Gundy. Like, I don't want to say he crowned him as the Knicks savior, but he sees him as the Knicks savior.
I think that he can. Here's the thing: they have a lot of shitty draft picks.
That's what I was gonna say.
So this guy definitely shows some signs of, hey, man, I can be a good potential. He's a star in the eye of the Knicks right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, he's a silver lining at the Knicks right now. There's not that many silver linings for the Knicks.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that's the end of the episode here.
That is the
33.
end of the episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning into the Sports U episode, the only podcast that allows dogs, chickens, cats, strippers, fishes, and fishermen,
all
of them in this podcast. So go ahead and shout that like button, bust down those comments.
Continue to just support us. Definitely a growing channel, looking to just provide more content. We just had a film study with Tyreek Hill. Definitely check that out. That's a lot of information for the upcoming Super Bowl, and we might just put out some more film when it comes down to that game and what to expect.
Yep. And remember
to support
the U.
Y'all have a good night, everybody.